Welcome back to Keto in the Kitchen with Pat. Well, I'm so glad that you joined me today, and I have to be honest, it's been a struggle lately, and I'm sure that many of you out there might be struggling as well. So what I need to do is I need to get back to keto. And this morning, I made myself a keto breakfast, and let's talk keto today. And how do we get to ketosis again? Or for the first time, because many of you will be joining for the first time and you want to lose those holiday pounds, those New Year pounds, and summer's right around the corner. So what I've done this morning is I made myself a couple pieces of sausage, and I made an omelet with some vegetables, and I took half of that and I put it aside for tonight so that when I need a snack, and I always need a snack at night. How about you? Do you need a snack at night too? So that way I'll have something in the refrigerator to go to instead of looking and hunting through the cupboards for something that would be bad for me. So here's my breakfast, and let's talk keto. Okay, so this is what I made this morning. I made an omelet with vegetables, mushroom, celery, and onion. And on top of the eggs, after I flipped it in the pan, I put a little bit of mustard and a little bit of mayo, and that really kicks up your omelet a notch for sure. That, and then I added a dollop of sour cream with some salsa. And I made a sausage, and I just topped it with a little bit of cheese this morning because I need something that's going to make me feel full. I also made my Bulletproof coffee, and that's right here, and yummy. That's with butter, cream. I put in some collagen peptides, a little bit of cinnamon on top, and I added a little bit of skinny syrup, the mocha flavor. And it does not contain erythritol or monk fruit. I believe it has sucralose, so it doesn't spike my blood sugar. There's my breakfast this morning. Wow, that breakfast is really, really good. And it was very filling, actually. And I ate it slowly and enjoyed and savored it. And I think that's one of the keto tips that we can take away is to slow down with our eating, think about what we're eating, be thankful for our food, and we don't need to rush through our meals. And I know I'm very guilty of that. We're always in a hurry. We're always running here and there. And it's so easy, isn't it, to hurry and eat. And I actually grew up in a grocery store, and my mother would always say, hurry up and eat your food so you can go down in the store and let your dad come up and eat. And I guess that's why I eat fast. So I've had to really make a conscious effort to slow down my eating, chew up my food slowly, not fast, not in big gulps, and just really savor the meal. And that's one of the tips that's helped me. And I hope that helps you as well. Let's think about how are we going to be doing this keto reset. We need to get back to keto. And what are some really, really good basics? Just eat eggs, hamburger, sausage, cheese for at least 3 days. And no bread, no fruit, very, very little vegetable. Maybe with dinner to have a small amount of vegetable like some green beans or some fried zucchini or something like that. But really we need to start that whole process all over again. So I'm going to focus on eggs. Yes, eggs are a huge, huge part of the keto diet, aren't they? But they're delicious when they're made different ways. So I'm going to make some deviled eggs this afternoon. So I have those in the fridge. And I have my 2-egg omelet. I have a little bit left over for my snack tonight. I have to think about dinner. Probably make some type of meat, and we'll see. I'll think about dinner a little bit later. And we can do this. It's going to be 3 days. We want to turn over that keto processing. We want to get back into ketosis. And so Bulletproof coffee is a huge part. I might make another one this afternoon. That's perfectly fine. So think about it. We need eggs, maybe some sausage, bacon, cheese. Those are our things we want to focus on, or at least that I do when I'm starting to think about getting back to keto. I was thinking about Something that it might be important for all of us. What are we going to do when we need something in between a meal? And that's a real problem. So having string cheese on hand in the fridge ready to just grab one, that's a really good thing to do. And that way, when you need a little snack and you want to feel like you're being bad, you can go to the string cheese and have one or two of those. The other thing that really would be a good thing to have on hand is some cut up celery sticks. And that with a little bit of peanut butter on it. I mean, we have to be careful with the peanut butter because we want to get back into ketosis. That's the key. And just really trying to just be very cautious of having anything that's going to kick us out. We don't want too much, like we don't want to have a bunch of nuts, although we can have nuts on a keto diet. Right now, when we're talking getting back to ketosis, nuts are not going to help us get into ketosis. So avoid those for now until 3 days have passed and you've been really good on your keto and getting back to ketosis. One thing we can have is bone broth. Bone broth is really good to have on hand, and you can make that very simply in a pan and put it in a cup, just like you're having a cup of soup. And just sip that a little bit. That is really good to help get back into ketosis as well. So here's my calendar. I have it right on my refrigerator. I'm going to write down today is the 20th of March. Oh, wow. How about that? Spring equinox. So what a good time to start our reset to keto. And I'm going to write down day 1, keto, and that way I know when I started. So let's put that right on the calendar. Day 1, keto reset. And let's do it. Okay, so we are back to keto for a good reason. As you can see, I am not happy with that. It's just not a good feeling to have all that weight. And I wanted to take a side view. Terrible, but it's something that we have to grapple with and say, okay, honestly, this is why we are doing keto. So we have to be honest, and it is what it is. So let's see if we can lose some pounds in the next month as we get back to keto. My goal, of course, is always 20, 20, and 20. So 20 here, 20 there, 20 everywhere. Hopefully we can keep losing 20 at a time and get to a goal that we're feeling good with. But it's a long journey to get to this, and it's going to take a while to get rid of it. But it is real life, isn't it? Okay, winter really had its hold on us, didn't it? So let's get back on the scale. It's a little bit offset, but right now it's a little over the 0, but hey, what it is, it's close enough, right? So I'm going to get on, and we are going to take a look. And what is our starting weight here? Let's get in there. There we go. Ooh, yeah, I was at 220. Now I'm closer to 225. So it's definitely time for keto reset. That's not very encouraging. So it is what it is. Go from here, right? Right. That was a really humiliating experience getting on the scale, but we've got to do it. We've got to know where we're at, where we're starting from, and if we succeed, then we know we've had success. So it is what it is. I don't like it, but it is what it is. So now it's almost 12:30 in the afternoon. Had my breakfast. I'm still feeling full, really, but I know that in about an hour I'm going to be hungry again. And so I'm getting some bone broth together. All right, let's get into the kitchen. Okay, so I've got this Jarrow Beyond bone broth, and it is spicy beef ramen flavor. I got it online. 1 heaping teaspoon or 1 scoop, 70 calories, 1 gram of fat. There's 3 grams of carbohydrate and 11 grams of protein. No sugar. Well, okay, everybody, I had some really delicious bone broth for lunch. So far, I'm making it back to ketosis today, day 1. But lunch has come and gone, and I had the nice bone broth, but I wanted to make sure also that I had some snacks. And for some reason, I need snacks in the evening, especially after dinner. It's something I've done for all of my life, I guess, and it's not a good habit, but I have to deal with what I know that I have to deal with. So I made some deviled eggs, and I cut up some celery sticks, and they're in the fridge. So if I need something to crunch, I've got those there. So far today it's going good. And I've got out some hamburger thawing for dinner. And I'll make a delicious cheeseburger. So that's going to be my dinner tonight. Day 1 is almost done. Well, it's halfway there. But we'll stay keto strong and keep going. So here's the deviled eggs that I made. I did have to have one. Those will be going into the refrigerator, so I'm really glad to have those around, as well as the celery sticks and the bone broth. And dinner will be cheeseburger tonight, and maybe a couple deviled eggs, and maybe some green beans, but maybe not. One thing about going back into ketosis is you do get full quicker, and you're just not as hungry. So that's a real positive. But the cheeseburger should be really good for dinner tonight too. All right, so we've got the hamburger thawing, and it's going to be ready to go about 5:30 or 6. Well, it's just a little after 6, and I had a couple of the deviled eggs. I did have a little bit of cheese, and so now I'm getting kind of hungry for some dinner. So I'll be cooking up a couple of little cheeseburgers, no bun, of course, and no condiments, and that's going to keep us going into ketosis for day 1. Got some dirt here, keeping myself occupied while I'm going through the hardship of not having anything outside of what can take us into ketosis. Today I'm very, very serious. It's a very serious day of going back into keto. It's good to have something to occupy your time. I am making my dinner for day 1 of Keto Reset. And we've got to get the weight loss going again. So anyway, I wanted to stop in for the last time today and let you know what I'm going to have for dinner. And my blood sugar has been excellent all day long. As a type 2 diabetic, I am very, very thrilled about that. And it was 117 all day long. And just tonight, I had a deviled egg and it went to 118. So 1 point is just crazy. And I took my morning pill, and I haven't taken an afternoon or an evening pill. So wow, it's really, I'm actually very, very happy about that. So I just am making 2 small hamburgers, and I'm going to top that with a little bit of cheese and let that melt on top. And that's it for tonight. I may have a celery stick or 2, but that's only if I really need it. I've added some cheese onto the 2 mini burgers, put the cover on, and turned off the heat so that will just melt in a matter of minutes. And then we've got our deviled eggs, maybe a celery stick, or maybe even a pickle tonight. That's it for dinner. That closes out day 1, and I'm so excited because I'm not even hungry. I really am surprising myself. All right, thanks for stopping by Keto in the Kitchen with Pat. I'll see you for day 2. Bye.